Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Nikki here, and today we're going to do a little update of where I am with Junk Journal July, and then we are going to do day 8 together because I haven't done that yet. So I put a video up of how I created my cover. I did print out the prompts and made it a good size so that pretty much covered the inside of this box. I don't care if you can see that little raw bit that's left behind. The colour's fine, so I just left it like that. Then the very first day, I just collaged down some fodder pieces that I've got. Coffee Dyed magazine page. This is a gel print, and this is another gel print. I've got a few black paint blobs, a little bit of stenciling. There was a number 1 in there, so I thought, seeing it's the first day, I sort of tore that piece up and added a little label with 2022 on it and just a little flower for fun. Then the next day was reinvent. So I actually used, just making sure I'm still in frame. I just grabbed an old book page and turned it into this cute little pockety, envelopey arrangement. I had this, it was one of the little things I had collected and thought I might use that one day in my journal. So I started with that for my theme, and I'm thinking tropical getaway. So I added a die cut leaf, this cute little plain tag, a little bit of DMC there as its little ribbon. Cut out this tiny little camera that I had in my stash and popped that on that white space there. This is a piece of scrapbooking paper. It's a bit of a map, and then stamped on a compass. Then the next day, it was a layered tag. I started off, the tag is made from a manila folder, which had been coffee splattered. I then got some modelling paste and a stencil and popped the dots on it. Then I just layered down little tiny scrap after scrap of collage fodder. There's even a piece of tissue under there. I've got some coffee dyed. This is cheeseclothy, meshy, fabricy. I don't really know what it's called. I bought it at the cheap shop. It was bright white, so of course it got the coffee dye treatment. And then I had these 2 little cuties in my stash, and that was my layered tag done. The next day was transparent, and I ummed and ahed about what to do. And in the end, I went, okay, let's just have some fun here. So I die cut out this little glass jar because obviously it's transparent. I've got pretty little sparkly stars in there, some black paint. I stamped on a moon in silver, white gel pen, some stars, had these star pieces of scrapbooking paper in my stash, so I just put them down there. And then this is sort of to represent a windowsill. And look, I just like using collage fodder. So we had to fill some in down there. Then the next day, what did we have to do? We had to do a fold out. So again, I've just a nice piece of collage fodder with a pretty flower, a butterfly that I had in my stash that had a pink border, but it matched the flower, so I left that there. Cute little bee stamp. And then this is just a piece of coffee dyed paper. I've put some collage fodder pieces down the side, whipped it through the sewing machine, added a few flowers, and of course that is a flip out, and just used a piece of lightly lined paper just to sort of provide a bit of extra journaling space if I wanted to write anything. But guess what? I didn't, but that's okay. So that's my fold out. Then the next day, the prompt is symmetry. I had this photo that was from a magazine, and I thought that was a perfect symbolism of symmetry. I'm pretty sure you can all guess what my thoughts are behind this image, with some of the very uncomfortable things for ladies that's been happening in the US. We don't need to elaborate on it further, but I truly hope that solutions can be found. And I just felt it was such an important thing that has happened quite recently this year, that I wanted to put it somewhere in my journal. So that just turned out to be the perfect bit. I've got a few bits of collage fodder under there, hearts to represent sending love and hope to the women that may be involved in this event. And we'll say no more about it. We shall move on. Here again, I've just collaged down some strips. The prompt is bouquet, and I had this picture as well from a magazine. Peonies are my absolute favourite flower, so I wanted to use this image, and it was one of the few that I had cut out in my collection that actually fitted onto this little bit of real estate I had to use. Then I have a couple of other little collage fodder pieces. This one's got a cute little butterfly, and this one a cute little plant. And I went, we're done. That will do very nicely. So that's the first 7 days done. Now we're up to day 8. And the prompt is wallpaper. Now, if I had some wallpaper scraps or something like that, I would have just put a piece down, done some layering, finished. No, I don't have wallpaper, so I'm thinking, right, what are we going to do? So I decided we're going to take this very, very liberally, and we're going to create something wallpapery-ish and a bit of a room to go with it. So I found this in my stash, and I think this sort of looks a little bit like wallpaper. So what I'm going to do is grab an old magazine sheet here while I do some gluing, and I'm going to have a little bit, it's going to miss that corner, but guess what? That's just too bad, too sad. I don't really care about that. This is not about perfection. This is about using your stash, having some fun, being a little bit creative. So I definitely relied on my huge pile of magazines to find bits and pieces to use, with the exception of this. This is a piece of paper that was, I bought at a clearance at a newsagent's that sold, hang on, we might move this up to, that's better, that sold lovely paper, you know, to make your own invitations with, and they stopped stocking that. So I snapped up a few of these beautiful papers, and this is one of them, and I thought, look, that really does look a bit like wallpaper to me. So what we're doing here, I better shimmy this over now. I'm going to cover as much of this as I can. I won't bother too much going into the corner because we know that we don't have quite enough paper, but look, I don't care about that. So just now try and get that in nice and tight. Press it down. There we go. Our room has wallpaper. Now, what I'm going to do is just simply trim around all the bits where it doesn't fit, because I don't want to see this overhang. So we'll just simply get rid of that by trimming this down, because I don't like the look of this hanging down the bottom. I think it takes away from the little page before it. So we'll just trim that down. I'll just tear that bit off, I don't mind. And then this one here. See, then at least this is all nice and clean, all good. And then we just have to, I might flip this over first. Oh, this is all a bit difficult, isn't it? No, it's not. We'll be right once we get up there. So we're going to trim this off, because again, I don't think I want the overhang. So, and I love this dark edge. I don't know what on earth the prompt is for tomorrow, but I don't really want to lose that. So we'll keep that there and just trim this away. And got it. And then we'll just gently tear that off, and we will do the same here. There we go. We now have a room with wallpaper, albeit a bit bodgy, but oh well, these things happen. So there we go. So we have some wallpaper. So I went through my magazines and I found a few things that one might have in a house. and we're going to add them to our room. So first things first, we have to have a catch. I found this cute little half a sofa in a magazine. I think this was from a Daphne's Diary, and I went, oh look, this is perfect. So I'd found this piece and I went, that's it. Now I know what I'm going to do. Sometimes you just need one little thing to sort of spur on your imagination. So there we go. We have to have a cute little vintage style sofa in our house. Now, can't really have, don't sort of want to live in complete darkness, so I think we need a window in our house. So, in our lounge room, so I found this in a House and Garden magazine. I thought with the timber frame that looked quite sort of vintagey, definitely not too modern, and those pull-up windows were quite common in older houses rather than modern ones. So now we have a window. Then I found this in my stash, and I think the lady of the house can have her picture up on the wall. So we're going to stick that down. And I was thinking that can go over here somewhere. And then I also found this rather elaborate gold frame, and I think she deserves a nice gold frame. So I'm just going to grab my glue here and put a few little blobs on all around, so she can have a lovely gilded frame in her sitting room, lounge room, whatever you would like to call it. And when I have thicker cardstock pieces, I don't like using glue stick. I prefer to use my other paper glue. We just sort of need to, I think that should do it. There we go. Then we've got a bit of glitter and sparkle. Now, it was very common to have rugs on the floor, and I found this image, this little piece of rug. It looks quite old style, so I think we can do that. We're going to add a bit of a rug down on the floor over here. There we go. So we now have a rug. And then I decided I wanted a cat curled up on the rug. I cannot tell you how many magazines I went through. Do you think I could find a cat? Couldn't even find a dog that was even close to sort of a relative size for what I'm doing here. Like, I could find giant ones, but that was useless. So to the rescue, I bought this fabulous sticker book from AliExpress. It is full of the most divine images, a lot of them quite vintage, absolutely beautiful. If I had a complaint about this book, it would be that you have to fussy cut out the stickers. Each page is a sticker, like a full sticker, but of course they're not die cut. So we have found an appropriate sized cat, which we have cut out, and then hopefully we can get this to release without too much hassle. Of course it's going to be naughty, isn't it? Where's going to be the best? No, I think this is probably the best place to start. If I can, oh, look, there we go. There we go. And the other thing I love about these stickers, they're on lovely thin paper. So it's a little bit transparent. They're like washi tape stickers, so they don't go adding bulk, which I love. So look, now we've got a little pussy cat who is having a little nap down. Well, we're going to have a nap down on the rug. And then I thought, I think this is a grand house. I think we need a chandelier. So I decided I would not go hunting for a picture of a chandelier because I knew I had this fabulous stamp. So I love this, and I think the size is pretty much perfect. So that was the easy part. So we're going to pop that down on there. I'm going to use my favourite ink. I always use my Ranger. Then if you decide you want to do any other mixed media or anything on top of it, this dries complete. Now, I think we're pretty flat under there. I don't think I need any extra padding. And then we're going to gently, I hope, this paper has a bit of a sheen to it. I hope it's not going to be too blurry, but look, we're just going to try our luck. Oh, that worked out okay. Not quite as bold as I would have liked, but I had a feeling it might happen on this sort of almost a bit of a glossy finish. But there we go. We have a bit of a chandelier as well. And I think I will call this page done. It was not initially what I was going to do, but sometimes you just have to use what you have, and that's exactly what I did. So that is wallpaper and day 8 complete. I hope you enjoyed that. Sometimes it's just, you just have to open your eyes, open your mind to being a little bit inventive and making something work. So that's wallpaper all done. I hope you're enjoying doing Junk Journal July if you are doing it. And until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did, for more paper crafting and planning videos. So bye for now.